All right, we're getting some breaking news from Pathankot. We understand that blast and firing can be heard inside the Air Force Station in Pathankot. In fact, that is the latest that's coming in after the sound of a grenade blast that the journalists heard at 9:01 in the morning. Now we understand that blast and firing is taking place inside the Air Force Station. This is a fresh round of firing and the sound of blast that was heard just a short while back. This is the latest that is coming in. Remember, combing operations resumed this morning at daybreak. There is even now unconfirmed reports that there could be one more terrorist holed up inside. Ashwini is now joining us with more details on the latest developments. Ashwini, is this a fresh round of blast and firing that we are hearing from inside the Air Force Station?
Yes, just now there was a major blast inside the Air Force Station Pathankot, and nobody knows inside what is the basic thing and whether it's an anti-sabotage team or militant is there. But there is a firing shots also, some but major blast has taken place inside the complex, and the explosion was so major that even the security forces have been alerted, and what is happening inside the complex, it is very difficult to go inside the complex. It is already sealed from everywhere, and they are just seeing that whether this firing is from the militant side or the own forces have fired, but there is a explosion inside the complex, and that can be from our side also. Our forces may have blasted the IED or the grenade attack there also. So they are just searching the area, and the anti-sabotage team and the anti-sanitization team, they are going inside the area. NSC is there, and the other army people and the Air Forces inside the complex, and they are searching there. Yeah.
Also, Ashwini, in the morning, the combing operations resumed, and at that point, there was information that perhaps there could be one terrorist still holed up inside. Any confirmation on that? Because there are conflicting reports coming in.
Yes, the conflict reports are still going on, but there is no confirmation whether the fifth militant is inside the complex or not. But the operation is going on, and they are searching the body of the fifth militant or the live militant. So all possibilities are there, but there is no confirmation yet how many militants are inside. But only the 4 dead bodies are recovered yesterday night, and other thing they are going for the searches. Yeah.
Also, Ashwini, if you can take us at the moment, you are saying that very little information is trickling in to the journalists from inside the Air Force Station. But what can you tell us about how big is the expanse where this combing operation is taking place this morning?
Yes, combing operation is going on, and the search is also going on. Their anti-sabotage team has gone inside, and they are searching the area. And they are seeing that every building should be vacated, and there should be a proper check in all buildings. And it's a forest area. This is the biggest area, around 26 kilometer area of the Pathankot Air Base, and biggest air base. And that is the reason that they are consuming time, that they don't want to any more deaths from the security forces. Just know around 9 a.m. early in the morning, one officer has died because of he was from the anti-sabotage team. They are just checking inside the building.
Also, you are mentioning as to how the forces are trying to keep the number of deaths this side at its lowest. But Ashwini, yesterday the toll of those martyred on the Indian side was 3. It has now gone up to 10. What are the security forces saying about that?
Yeah, officially they are not saying anything, but around 10 to 11 people have died from our side, and the 4 terrorist body has been recovered, and around 2 dozen injured people have been shifted to the army hospital with the minor and the major injuries, and the operation still going on. How many bodies will be recovered inside the complex is known later on, because that is the basic point, that search operation has been launched to recover the dead bodies of the militant and the explosion, and if some civilian or the Air Force people have been killed, they should be recovered immediately.
Ashwini, yeah. I know this might be a little difficult for you to answer, but remember in the morning you were telling us that the blast that was heard of the grenade was the Indian side diffusing the ammunition. Now the fresh blast that you've heard and the firing, could it also be at least the blast of diffusing the ammunition? What about the firing that is taking place?
Yes, there are two blasts. One blast was early in the morning around 9 a.m. and the second blast is just now, just 10 minutes back. And this blast was a major explosion, and it can be IED blast, maybe terrorists have planted IED around their building, or it is a grenade blast also. But it was a explosion inside the building. But it is very difficult to say at this moment whether blast was taken place from our side or a militant had done something. But firing shots were also heard. This area, this is a backside of the airport station.
All right, let's also connect with Manjeet, who's getting us more information. Manjeet, what more information can you share with us at the moment about the fresh sound of blasts and firing that you can hear from inside?
Well, Maha, we heard a second blast at 12:15. That was a grenade blast. It is not known whether it was thrown by the terrorist or it was part of the diffusing process, as it bomb disposal squad is already active and they are disposing of the bombs and grenade. So we heard the blast at 12:15, and this is the second blast which was heard today. Earlier blast was heard at 9 a.m. in the morning. So the sanitization process is already on. The combing operations is also going on. We are also seeing a helicopter which is still hovering over the Air Force station. We are hoping that the operation will conclude shortly, and the army officials will call in the police and will hand over the bodies. Then we'll be able to get the visuals of the terrorists who were involved in the terrorist attack. And besides this, we'll also be able to get dots which will connect us to the chronology of events, how they entered in Indian soil and what devices were recovered from them and what was their modus operandi. Maha.
Manjeet Sehgal, they're getting us the latest information from Pathankot. Also, Ashwini telling us about the fresh blast sound that was heard and firing that is at the moment going on inside the Air Force station. More details are just about trickling in at the moment, because the security forces are at the moment engaged in a hectic combing operation. There's only source-based information coming in. They are not speaking on camera at the moment, but that is, the security forces are likely to brief the media by about 1 p.m. is what we understand, to give a clear picture of what exactly is happening at the moment. Many thanks both of you for joining us with those details.